Glossophobia. Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking, something that is said to be more fierce than that by 75% of the world's population, according to the National Institutes of Mental Health. Public speaking was a battle to me, and today I will share with you how I overcame this obstacle. But first of all, why does public speaking even matter? It is a great way of building personal development on many levels, since improving communication skills is very useful in almost every area of life. Whether your goal is to engage in a political debate, make a career as a motivational speaker, or gain confidence in front of a large crowd, public speaking can help you meet your goals. I myself was very afraid of public speaking. Even just talking to my classmates or teachers, I was very nervous of. And I wouldn't dare to utter a word to a person apart from my family members. My teachers, my parents, everyone would give me advice on how to overcome it. And with all the advice, I imagined myself on stage doing public speaking really well. But when I actually got on stage, my confidence plummeted. Everything crumbles, and I become back that very small person who's terrified of public speaking. Practically, it's different. I can't just be going well inside my head. I really have to go well outside, up on the stage, or outside in real life anywhere. So my advice on overcoming public speaking would be just to do public speaking. And it is also one of the reasons why I joined this program, TEDx. First time, it does not go well, it's okay. Just do it. Even Beyoncé had to fail so many times before she came up with the song Halo. J.K. Rowling got rejected many times before her novel Harry Potter became a global hit. After multiple times of failure, we will learn. We will figure out a way through our fear. I fought through it not because I'm talented, super, or hyper intelligent. I'm just a normal 16-year-old teenager who's sick of his fear and who's trying to get rid of it. So, what even actually causes this fear or communication apprehension? It does not actually stem from giving the speech itself, but more on the associations a person makes while delivering the speech. 1. Fear of failure. We may feel unprepared no matter how many times we prepare, which depends a lot on how we speak to ourselves. If we're thinking, I can never get that right, I'm a terrible speaker, or I'm going to mess up at some point, then you're not on the right path of thinking. That's why do not insist on a perfect speech, because wanting a perfect speech will actually make your speech to be imperfect. It will just make you feel more intimidated. It's better to give your speech in the way you're comfortable, without worrying that your speech might not be good enough, and without having the pressure of having judgments pass over your speech. 2. Audience. We may feel intimidated by our audience because we may tend to perceive ourselves as less qualified or less knowledgeable than them. Public speaking does not always mean talking to a large crowd of strangers. Sometimes it can just be talking in a family gathering, and it could be your very first step to tackle public speaking. Then we can expand our audience bit by bit, to your friends, to your classmates, and your school's community, and so on. 3. Anticipation. We get more nervous actually anticipating the event than going through the actual event itself. Or if there are any other important agendas that you have, make sure that you write it down on a sheet of paper. For example, if your school exams are coming up, or a deadline of a project approaching, or if you're having an important meeting afterwards, some part of our mind would already be preoccupied with those, adding extra pressure on us. It's helpful for us to declutter our mind before giving a talk or a speech, so that we can be fully present in the moment and establish stronger connections and engagement with our audience. Write down the important things that you have afterwards if you're worrying that you might forget, and give your full focus on your speech. 4. Uncertainty. As we're giving our speech live, there is an inevitable degree of uncertainty present. No matter how many times you practice, no one can guarantee that your speech will go exactly as planned. The trick lies in your improvisational skills. How are you going to improvise spontaneously to unpredicted events? 1. You can practice it by having unplanned conversations with new and different kinds of people. 2. Don't try too hard as it will only pressure you up. 3. Know that everyone makes mistakes and you're okay to make some mistakes as well. Do not be startled for making mistakes and instead focus on how to mend the relationship back and how to take it further and enriching. 4. Last but not least, just don't forget to have fun with it and enjoy the moment. 5. Center of attention. Although some of us may like to be in the center of attention, it is a fear for some of us. We tend to be too self-conscious, and it makes our thought processes go wild. So, how can we take more control of ourselves? Psychology has introduced cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT in short, which is a type of psychotherapeutic treatment that helps us learn how to identify and change the destructive thought patterns and replace them with positive and desirable patterns of thinking, emotional response, and behavior. It combines cognitive therapy with behavioral therapy by identifying maladaptive patterns and substituting them with the desired patterns that we want. But how do we actually apply CBT outside? One of the practically applied treatments of CBT is the exposure therapy, where we gradually expose ourselves into situations that we are afraid of. For this instance, public speaking. Our brain is already programmed in its ROM to adapt and adjust to changes in environment. See public speaking as just sharing some ideas to a bunch of people because you find it interesting or worth sharing. Be yourself and transparent throughout your speech, and there is nothing to be afraid of. Last 3 years ago, when I was back in secondary 2, I did my first time public speaking through the poetry slam competition held by my school. I practiced many times, but when I actually got on stage, my confidence plummeted. But some part of my brain is still telling me that I need to deliver it with confidence. Even if you're not confident, still speak with confidence. Do it till you make it. It's also important that we choose our topic that's genuinely relevant to us, because our brain kicks out information that's irrelevant. For example, if you're studying a subject and you don't know why you're actually studying it, the purpose of it, the relevance of it, then it becomes so much harder for you to focus. And vice versa. Same goes with public speaking. If you're speaking about a topic that's relevant to you, it will give you more flow to your talk. If you find public speaking intimidating, it's likely because humanity still lacks a space for us to be vulnerable. Be the person to stand up and provide that space back to humanity through public speaking. Being brave or courageous doesn't mean avoiding the fear. It means facing the fear. Doing the things that you fear, still with that fear. Thank you very much.